I think it's time, Jeff. Are you ready?
Oh, fuck.
Are you ready?
Game of Thrones.
Spoilers! Fucking close down now!
You're gonna get your shit spoiled. Fucking leave now or be salty. Game of Thrones. Season 8, Episode 1. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, mute it. Come back later for the tech support, whatever. Or just stick around if you don't give a fuck. It happened. Adam, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate it. No explanation. Give me a number first.
I won't give you a number, but I'll give you a sentence. If I was a little bit more tired than I was, I could have fallen asleep.
Woo!
It was a 5.
Oh! Oh! Fuck! He said a 5?
Maybe a 6.
What?
Maybe a 6.
Oh, we got some talking to do.
Yeah, maybe a 6. I could push it to a 6.
He said a 6.
And a lot of it, though,
He said a 6.
is not necessarily the episode's fault. It's that the episode had to be the way that it was to set up the rest of the season.
He gave a 6.
But it was like a 6.
Damn. So you're in the camp of not in the top 10 episodes of Game of Thrones ever.
Not even close.
You're in the top 5 worst?
No, because I don't necessarily think that it. Well, no. Well, maybe.
Damn.
Top 10. Worst.
Jesus. He forgot about the Shame series. Okay. All right. I agree.
I mean, the Shame thing was bad.
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
It was dragged out about 5 episodes more than it needed to be.
I agree that it wasn't as... It didn't...
And I'm not saying it from the perspective that I was hoping that it was going to be bombastic and fucking crazy. No. I'm just rating that as the episode.
I would give it, out of 10, an 8.
Okay. That's a little steep. That's setting the bar for the rest of the series
Very high.
pretty fucking high.
Well, why not? It's the last season of Game of Thrones. Now, the reason why I give it an 8 out of 10. Fuck! 7.5.
You're just coming down.
I'm coming down a little bit. I'm
at a 5.
Because I want to let my fanboy.
I'm at like a 5.
I want to bring. Oh man, not a 5, man. A 5?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So what pissed you off? Like what didn't do it?
It's not that it doesn't piss me off. It's not like I sat there angry when I was watching it.
Yeah. You just weren't feeling it.
I wasn't feeling it. But again, it wasn't necessarily. See, here's the problem, Jeff. Like we talked about last week, they have 6 fucking episodes.
That's all they got.
And so the episode that was going to be the launching pad was set up to be bad. Mm-hmm. There was no way. Well, I can think of one way this episode could have been better, but there was no way that they could have really done that episode any better than they did just by the nature of what they're up against in this last season.
Yep.
They can't. That doesn't change the fact that I'm going to give it a higher score because I'm like, yeah, well, I know what they struggle with. It's still a fucking 5, but it was set up for that. I'm not going to call it a failure. I'm just going to say that that's just the reality of it.
Yeah,
is that they have 6 episodes. There has to be a setup episode.
Yep.
And this was it.
Yep.
This was like watching, It was like watching a fucking high school reunion for an hour.
Yes.
With one of the most cringe. You want to talk cringe?
Oh, I know.
Cringe.
I know.
Fucking scenes.
I said it out loud.
When. Fuck! So maybe I'm a little pissed.
You're pissed, man. It's okay. You waited a long time for this.
With this one scene.
The dragon.
The fucking
dragon. I know
dragon scene.
Fucking my God, I hated it.
And she says to John.
I hated it.
She sits there. She said, "What did she say to it? Warm your queen up," or whatever the fuck she said, or like.
It was Twilighty.
It was something like that. I felt like I was watching fan fiction.
You were.
Fuck, that was bad.
It was horrible.
I physically. I had a physical reaction.
I had my wife and son sitting beside me, and I think out loud I said, pardon my French, I said, this is gay. I think that's what I said. I really truly think that those were the words that came out of my mouth because I'm watching Game of Thrones. When in the fuck in the whole fucking saga series ever have we gotten that type of love bullshit teen-like shit? Did they forget what their audience was for 10 minutes? I understand. I get it.
Then we did the fucking literally a whole new. You could have put. In fact, if you look right now,
it's on YouTube. Oh, it's guaranteed to happen.
I promise you, there's an Aladdin fucking whole new world laid over top of Jon Snow holding on to the dragon, going, "Oh,
yeah."
No one to tell what do I hold on to? Anything.
Yeah, that was bad, man. That part was bad.
Fuck!
That was my biggest...
And what did it serve but one minor thing? The fact that Jon was allowed to ride the dragon did not tip off, apparently, Khaleesi...
that he's Targaryen.
That he's a fucking Targaryen!
I also believe that at the end, when the dragon looks at him and that weird fucking...
That was Bran watching his brother fuck her.
I think that was Bran warging in on the dragon.
His entire character's existence is to watch brothers and sisters fuck each other. He did it in the beginning of the show, and he's ending first season. Watches the fucking Cersei and fucking what's his face, fucking Jamie banging in the tower. Oops, I'm a cripple, and now he's at the end of the show,
everybody.
And he's watching Jon fuck his sister. Everyone's just banging brothers and sisters, and Bran is there watching it all. The only difference is that now he can do it from the comfort of a wheelchair.
It looks like an uncomfy wheelchair too. That shit don't have no cushion.
It's hard to get a read on him. He doesn't have any emotion. He's just kind of sitting there looking like he's high as fuck.
I agree. That was the worst scene in all of Game of Thrones.
Definitely.
Since day one.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And I seriously mean that.
It was one of the worst scenes in any high production show I've ever seen.
Yeah. It was
ever.
Not only was the dragon CGI at parts not up to scuff.
In fact, the CGI of that entire episode
not great.
Tells you one thing. The episode that's coming,
they put all their budget in
the battle.
Yeah,
it's all there.
It's all there because
shit looked like season 1.
I was not impressed with the CGI there. I was definitely not impressed, not only with the acting of the scene, and mainly because probably the writing was absolutely atrocious. I mean, she even said we could just stay here for 1,000 years or some fucking goofy ass shit like that, but yet. There wasn't anything in her path for the longest time that could stop her from reaching her goal, but yet she could, listen, that part sucked, and I almost just want to forget that ever happened, but unfortunately it's there until the end of time.
Seared in your mind
It's
now.
seared in my mind. It was horrible. It really was that bad. So that was the worst part of the episode by far, and that knocks it down 2 points right there. Just boom, from a 10 to an 8 instantly, boom. And the fact that not a lot was happening leading up to there, so that you were already like, come on, fucking, let's get to the good shit. You know what I mean? So that part was bad.
A little rough.
The other parts that I don't like, which is why I'm bringing it down to a 7.5.
Okay.
And maybe by the end of this, we might get to a 7. Because I'm starting to remember how fucking bad that dragon scene was, bro.
Dude.
It was fucking, and not only that, it's a 7. Not only that.
Pretty soon you're going to be down with me in my territory.
I can't go to a 6. But I'm going to tell you this right now. We waited so fucking long for Jon Snow to jump on one of those fucking dragons and ride it. Because we know he's a Targaryen.
Yeah.
We know that it's inevitable. There's 2 dragons left.
Yeah.
You put 2 and 2 together. We see the previews of the first episode where everyone's looking up at the sky and they're flying. I can only imagine Jon Snow's going to be on one of them flying around. And this was the payoff we got. This wasn't even a payoff, bro.
We didn't pay off. We paid for it.
We paid for it, yes. And I wish it never happened. Here's where the other point comes down now. The other full point. Everything, it was a reunion episode, which is what we needed. We wanted to get everyone.
It had to happen.
We wanted to get everybody. It
had to happen.
I liked the Sansa Tyrion meetup. I thought that was well.
They handled that.
That was
scene
good.
well enough.
I love the Arya, the Hound, and Gendry. I love that thing there, especially that witty line where she said, like, I robbed you first, right? Yeah. I still believe Gendry and Arya even more so now. That they're gonna be not only gonna fall in love.
Can we talk about the fact that Arya handed him a picture of a dildo and asked him to make one?
Yeah, that's with dragon glass in the end, I think.
Yeah.
I believe
you're brave enough.
I believe that they are gonna. He's gonna be the one on the throne.
Okay.
And I think she's gonna be. I predicted this on our prediction.
I remember.
Episode, and I believe she's gonna be the one that's gonna be the queen and stand by him. But
I think Gendry's dead.
No, I don't. I don't think so. He's been no. So that was good.
You know why? Because they're hinting at romance between the two of them, and so
don't do it.
Gendry dead.
Don't do it. Don't do it. So we have that. That was good. Okay. The most badass thing was when Bran and Bran had this perfect line.
I need the drugs that Bran's on because he looks like he's having the best time in that head.
Bro, he's high as a motherfucker. It looks like they smoke so much dope and then says, just go and be high.
He's toasted.
Bro, he's sitting outside and he goes, what are you doing? I'm waiting for an old friend.
Best line of the whole show.
Bro. And then when Jamie shows up at the end.
And just
and you just get, I said, oh, and I didn't even know. I didn't even put two and two together.
Jamie going to a new hairstylist.
Yeah.
For like the fourth time in the series.
It's okay. He's got to have a nice new look, right?
He's got to be undercover. Nobody could possibly know it's Jamie Lannister with brown hair.
When Jamie got off and the acting that he did of like.
Oh, he nailed it.
Oh my.
The realization.
He couldn't believe it. And Bran waiting.
You know, one of the best fucking images I saw online was Jamie's face, and then it was the cut to Bran,
yeah.
And then next to Bran in text it said, "Could you give me a push?"
Fuck, Jesus Christ! It's so bad, so wrong, but it's so funny.
That's so
perfect.
good.
So
good.
The other so getting back to where it loses the point. I felt the episode in general was rushed. And listen,
yeah,
but they didn't need to rush it
because you get rid of the dragon scene.
Well, for one, you could definitely do that, but
open up some space right there.
But for two, the episode was 56 minutes.
It was short.
It might have been 54 minutes.
Yeah.
Why not make the episode longer? Make it an hour episode, and give us more time on those reunions. I felt the Arya and Jon reunion, although it had its moments of feel good, I didn't feel like it was long enough. I also didn't find that the Sansa Tyrion was long enough. I felt like there could have been a little bit more banter there, a little bit more of like,
at least the banter was good that we got between the two.
It was well done when it happened.
Yeah.
Would have been nice just to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
And where I felt like they needed even more time was the big reveal to Jon Snow about who he really was when Sam went down, which, by the way, Sam, when he found out that Daenerys killed his family, that scene was amazing. When, his acting there.
Sam fucking nailed that shit.
He fucking crushed it. So much so, it was touching me. I was like, God damn. He never liked his father.
No.
Hated his father. But he was still remorseful for the fact that he was sad that he died,
his brother.
Right?
Yeah, he still liked his
brother.
brother.
But then when it said his brother, it went up, it went up and it stood with his father, and the misery just went up. You could tell that
it was the fact that he was fighting, the fact that he also wanted to still remain loyal to her as a queen.
It was perfect.
It was his character in a nutshell. Everything that character stands for was done perfectly in that scene.
Crushed it.
And it was super well done.
He crushed it. That was 8 seasons of payoff right there. It's like he just embodied his character, and that was it.
Here's what I thought. It was
he actually was the start of the episode for me. Before I let you go, you know who I fucking hate with a goddamn passion? Daenerys.
Okay.
I fucking hate this character now.
Why?
She gets on my fucking nerves. She's bitchy. The side eye she's giving Sansa.
What you're discussing, I was literally about to say this. Yeah.
Sansa says, listen, you come here with all these fucking troops. We've got the King's Landing army supposedly coming to help out.
She tells her the North is yours.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we got to feed your dragons. What do they eat? I didn't plan for all this.
Whatever
they want. Why are you being a cunt? Listen, Daenerys, we get it. You're the queen of dragons. But she went from a character that I was rooting for, that had some that was stoic, that was inspirational, that broke the mold of most Game of Thrones character, only to realize she's just as batshit crazy without the crazy. She's the crazy hot bitch that is smoking hot that you don't know is crazy till you really get to know her. And now her colors are coming out and she's showing the crazy. I don't like it. I don't like where her character's gone. She hasn't done much throughout the series.
Yeah.
And where she's at now, I hope she fucking dies. I don't like her, and she's getting on my nerves.
Well, I think she's dying anyway.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And you know what? And a part of it, I don't know if it's the direction, but even the way she's acting as the character, it's coming off snotty. It's coming off not likable. It's hard to root for this bitch. And I rooted for her for so long. There are so many characters I would rather see live than her. I hope she fucking gets it.
So here's the thing.
Fuck her.
For me, that the dynamic between, despite the fact that I agree with everything you just said, right? But the dynamic between her and Sansa, I found to be one of the more interesting parts of the episode. Because both of them are stone cold as fuck in their own ways. Daenerys has become the stone cold fucking bitchy whatever the fuck. I think she's a little high on her own shit.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, she's high. She's high as fuck.
And we also got
she ain't on the brand stuff either.
And I think that when Jon was having the conversation with Arya about Daenerys, and Arya was voicing her concerns, and they had the conversation about, remember that you are
a Stark,
our family, right? Or just to remember that.
That she said to Jon Snow?
Said to Jon.
Yeah.
And then also in that conversation where Jon says, and I think this is foreshadowing, where Jon says, she's not like her father. She is like her father.
Oh, you fucking right she is.
And we're just seeing the seeds of that with her little spat that she's having with Sansa. And she's talking in such a way. In fact, she had a little conversation with Jon there not long after they had the scene with like all the leaders in the room.
Yeah.
Where Daenerys already starts where she starts bringing it up to Jon saying, "Hey, I don't like that your sister's challenging me. I don't like where this is going. I don't think she respects me or accepts me as her queen.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like that. And she said it in no uncertain terms almost, that if she keeps it up, she did.
Yep.
And I think Jon at some level got that. But he's also grappling with the fact that he's he's thinking with his dick. Which has got to get awkward now because now he also knows that that's his sister.
Aunt. It's an
aunt. Or aunt, sorry. Right?
Yeah.
So
listen, you know what made those conversations between Daenerys and Sansa interesting?
I think Jon might actually have to kill her. Jon might be the one that kills Daenerys.
Could be. Sansa, you want Sansa?
Yeah.
Made those scenes. Not
yes.
Daenerys.
No, Sansa.
What I loved about it is how fucking amazing she's crushing this goddamn role and how much she's grown as a character.
Yeah.
She's now the badass bitch. She's the most queen out of any of it. She's got the sass and the cunningness of Cersei, but she's still got the loyalness of her mother, and she is the embodiment of a queen should be at this point.
Well, remember what I said.
She's the one that made those scenes interesting.
Yes.
Daenerys made them cringe. I fucking hate the bitch.
But I don't say cringe. It's just
not cringe, but I don't like her.
She's playing her role well, right?
I don't know.
That's where they're taking the character.
You know where I think they're taking it? I think they're taking it where Jon Snow now knows that he is the rightful heir of the Seven Kingdoms, and it's going to get to the point where Jon's going to have to confront Daenerys and say, listen, as much as I kneeled to you and you're the queen, I am the rightful king. I'm the one to be on the Iron Throne, and you can be my queen beside me. I don't think she's going to like that. She's going to want to be the king and the queen, and she's going to want Jon Snow as the as the sexy looking young man beside him, and that's the show. Not only that, the whole Stark host and everybody, that young chick, I forget her name, man, she's amazing.
From House Mormon.
Yes, she gets up and she goes, we made you the king of the North.
Yes.
What the fuck? And I believe that in order for Jon to win over everybody completely,
he's going to have
to become the king again. And it's going to have to happen before this episode 3 when the White Walkers get there and Daenerys ain't going to like it. And we may see the bitch die before the fucking walkers ever even get to winter.
But here's the thing. How does everyone respond to him being a Targaryen?
He's a Stark too. So he's Stark and he's Targaryen.
But he's not Stark by blood, and that's all they give a fuck about. He might have been raised...
Well, I still do, but he's still Stark.
Well, it's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
So he's still
he's them,
still a Stark.
For them, 50-50 might as well be 100-0.
Maybe.
I mean, the fact that she was even standing in the room, they had the whole conversation where it was like, and they were discussing getting help from the Lannisters.
Yeah.
And everyone's shitting their fucking, over that. So I'm interested in how that whole council is going to respond to the news when they discover or be told or informed that he is in fact he's part fucking Targaryen.
Bro, you know what would make my life? If Arya kills Daenerys. And just
is
fucking...
she on the list?
No, she's
then
not.
It's not going to happen.
Fuck. I need someone to take that bitch out. I can't stand her, bro. I like her army. I like the fucking minions around her.
Yeah.
I like literally everybody around her more than her.
Fuck, what's the guy's name? The fucking cut purse bro. Fucking who was just about to get down with a couple of chicks, and then he gets interrupted by shit. Braun?
Yeah, didn't Braun? Braun.
Is it Braun?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you he's gonna be the guy in this series that you're gonna end up fucking hating, and he's gonna end up being a dude that at the very end he's gonna be the one with his fucking castle.
He's too stubborn to die.
Yeah,
right?
he won't die, bro. He's gonna outlive. He's one of those characters gonna outlive everybody else. Is one of those fucking sky skeezy, will do the things for the money or whatever, while everybody noble just fucking kicks it. That's what's going down.
Oh.
Yo, we got a big ass super chat here.
We did. It was somebody, I can't remember what the name was off the top of my head.
Parsons with $24.99. He said, like TV, had to pause. Please chat back when you're done. Oh, okay. He didn't want any. Oh, he's only on season 4. Okay.
So here's... Man, dude. Here's the thing. This is a very interesting take. Mr. Miyagi had this. What if Jon, just because of who he is a product of, what if he is by himself
the ice and the fire?
The ice and fire.
I still believe that
because the entire series is technically kind of surrounding Jon Snow.
I've already told you, motherfucker. Melisandre chick. She is going to be the one that gives Jon the weapon, the power. She's going to sacrifice herself.
Well, doesn't one of her cronies already have the dude that can't die already have the ability to just light his sword on fire at will?
Well, that's the what's it called, Bringer. Anyway, he's already got that sword, but I believe that there's going to be a new weapon. It's going to be something. It's going to be probably one with dragon glass or whatever. She's going to give Jon the weapon, the ability. She's going to sacrifice her.
We didn't see her at all in the first episode.
No, we didn't. She's coming, bro. And I think Gendry's going to have to do something with it. He's probably going to create the sword or the weapon.
Well, he's doing all the dragon glass stuff anyway.
Yeah, he's down there forging like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think Jon is the ice and fire. I think Jon's the fire. But I don't think he's the ice.
Oh.
I don't think he's the ice. I mean, it could be. I mean, he could be the ice and then the weapon is the fire. I don't know. But either way, overall, the reason why I didn't hate it, and the reason why I'm still giving it a 7, is because if it wasn't the season, if we knew this wasn't the final season, or wasn't only 6 episodes, if there was 10 episodes, even if it was 10 episodes and it was the final season, I think I'd probably put it back to an 8, and just lose the points for the whole dragon business and then feeling rushed. They had more time. Like, they could have easily stretched it. It just felt rushed.
You came down to a 7. I'll go up to a 6.
Okay.
I'll give it a 6.
Because ultimately, as a regular Game of Thrones episode, there was some meat in here. And I don't need a bunch of killing. I don't like. I thought the sacrifice, the kid that screamed, that was kind of cool.
The delivery of the meat wasn't as good across the board as it could have been.
We waited over a year and a half to get these episodes, and to get this, to get a reunion that wasn't perfectly done, was a little disappointing. And I think that's what a lot of it was. Was it a bad episode? No, I don't think it was a bad episode. There was a bad scene, but I don't think it was a bad episode. I thought the acting was well done with everything. I think Sam was the star of this episode, honest to God.
Oh, he definitely delivered the best performance.
Oh, his performance, him and Sansa, their performances in this episode were just nothing but amazing. When he told Jon Snow who he really was, and then Jon Snow was like, got angry at him at the start, like, no, my father was the most honorable man, and blah, blah, blah. And then Sam did what Sam does. I mean, Jon knows that Sam is a guy that speaks in truths, and so he didn't question what Sam was saying, but he got angry at it. But then Sam flipped it on him and said, listen, your father was honorable, and he is your father. If Robert Baratheon knew, you would have been killed.
Exactly.
He would have murdered you. So he was loyal to you. He brought you home. He raised you. He did all this. He did all these things, and then you could see the gears turn in Jon's head, going, well, yeah, he does make a lot of sense. And then, then the music, din, 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 and then Sam is going through the whole, like, you're the heir, you're the true right king to the Seven Irons, and I was like, oh my fuck, and he could just,
Can I just say though that while Sam killed that, I don't think I was hoping for a better reaction to that from Jon. I don't think I got enough.
I thought it was okay. I just wanted more there. I felt like that scene was literally like a minute and a half.
Think about the fucking gravity.
Well, he did
that
piece
of that that little grain of knowledge.
It's a lot.
That little drop to come in at this point in the midst of all this shit. He took it on the chin like a fucking champion.
He did, but I wasn't expecting him to cry or anything like that. I
just expected him to be conflicted about it longer than he was.
Well, he was conflicted. That's it. And here's the thing. I just think it needed more time to breathe, man.
Yeah.
The scene just needs to be longer, because I thought Jon did a great job at acting. I thought him being angry, then him
It's like he walked outside, Bran said, it's time, go do it. And he said, all right. And then the next scene happens. It's like,
but
done.
I also think that when he came out and then, he knew, and Bran knows, and everybody, he can't really show people, and he can't really say this. Like, this is something that him and Sam kind of, and Bran know.
Well, I mean, they're down in the
the crypt or whatever, the where they hold all the.
So,
But hey, it was an okay episode. It was a good Game of Thrones episode. It wasn't a great season finale episode, or not a finale, but a season, a series finale type episode. Just needed more breathing. You add 6 more minutes to this episode and get rid of that fucking cringe Twilight Dragon scene, and this is good enough for me. This would be a perfect first episode. So,
that is a good point.
7 out of 10.
Has Jon ever been burned by fire in the season or the series?
I don't think so.
So is that going to be another one? He knows now, but does he make that connection?
Well, I don't think that every Targaryen cannot be burned by fire. I'm pretty sure that's how. Like if you're Targaryen, you cannot be.
Targaryen royal bloodline is.
I didn't know that. I knew that Daenerys.
No.
But I thought Daenerys being the.
Yeah. So what was the purpose for her brother being? Well, it wasn't really fire that killed him.
No, it was the crown. He literally got the crown he wanted, but he got it in
the worst possible way.
I want to say no, because I don't think all Targaryens are fireproof. I think that was a thing for the Queen of Dragons, but I could be wrong. Somebody can let me know. His hand was burned on the lantern in season 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well there you go.
Okay.
All right, burned by fire in the cast. Oh, that's right. Yes. He was burned. When there was the first White Walker, remember when he the first White came in, and then he was in trouble at the time. He broke some rules, and then he saved the life of his I forget the guy's name. There's so many fucking names. Yeah. And he ended up burning himself. Yes. Yeah, you're right about that.
You're right. So there you go.
So there you have it. I mean, that'd be kind of fucking stupid if Jon Snow is like, can start walking through fire and shit. I'd be like, the fuck is this? What is this? Stop the madness.
Well, I mean, he's got to keep his queen warm.
I suppose.
Just have sex in the middle of a firestorm.
So there it is. That was our thoughts. Adam's giving it a 6. Yep. I'm giving it I'm gonna give it a 7 because it did let me down a little bit, and it didn't satisfy that almost 2-year hunger. But I think from here on, dude, if I get any 6s or 7s from here on out, not a way to stick the landing. This is the only episode
that gets any kind of leniency.
That's it, and it's because they needed to do what they did.
Because it had to happen.
Yeah.
But from this point forward, they got everything out of the way that they needed to.
Yep. Let's get down to it.
And now you got 5 fucking episodes.
That's it.
To cover books worth of shit.
Yep. Now, the next episode is 58 minutes, and then the episode 3 is 82, then 80, then 80, I think, or 78 and 80. So we've got one more regular episode, and then after that, once we get the big fucking huge battle, we're going hour and 20 basically the whole way through. So it's coming in like a few days.
Few
days. Please stick this landing. Please stick this landing. Stick it!
I have a bad feeling.
I don't. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I'm optimistic.
The dragon scene just put a seed.
I know, but
of doubt.
Listen,
I'm not saying that everything's going to go down. I'm just saying that scene there planted a seed of doubt that there might be some other.
There better not be any more of that cringe shit in this. In this, that was the worst. You literally put it the best. That shit was fan fiction shit.
Yeah. That was fan fiction.
If there's
bad fan fiction.
If there's anybody on this fucking planet that actually liked that goddamn scene, you do not know what good television is.
They probably also liked 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And that's one of the highest selling books of all time.
Kayla did chuckle during that scene, and it was like a playful, like, I'm enjoying myself chuckle.
Yeah.
And I said, this is gay. That's literally what I said, bro. I shit you not.